Okay, testing, testing. Hello, can you guys hear us? Testing. Is the audio shit? Good. Close the door just a little bit. Hello, can you say something, Danny, to the crowd?
Hi.
Not awkward.
Awkward.
Perfect. It works.
Audio is good.
Awesome. Hello, everybody. No, it's not. Well, thanks. I appreciate that.
Don't you pee.
You lying
Dog.
She's talking to me.
No, I'm not talking to the dog. You locked him in here, you bully.
He's not. The door's not fully closed.
Yeah, but you did.
He can get out. We're not doing camera today, but we have a cute little picture here that I'm gonna transition to here. This was made by yours truly, not me, Gambit.
Hi. I'm Gambit.
All right, there we go. That's the background for this video. I hope you guys like it because you're gonna be staring at it for the next hour or two.
Hey, Gary, look, there I am. Gary, look, there I am.
Yeah, but thank you for making this background for us.
It loops so well. I'm so happy.
Yeah, sorry, I needed my coffee. Not coffee. I guess it's coffee.
It's a coffee.
Yeah, even though it's like middle of summer, I'm still drinking this because I'm addicted to it. Belugasaurus.
That's exactly what it reminds me of, and every day that I see it, I want to squish it.
Stuart looks traumatized. Yeah, because he has to deal with our dumbasses.
Why did we name him Stuart?
I don't know. That's what they named him in the server. I think. And it might be like a meme created like on a different site.
I mean, Stuart's fitting. He's got a big head.
Yeah. Been binging the Dino Literature playlist. Probably my favorite series you do. Good stuff. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate that. I have some more stuff on the way, hopefully, because I've been doing a little bit more reading, and I'm excited to do more videos on dinosaur literature.
He's got a lot of books.
Yeah, it's just very time consuming. It's kind of hard to do because, it's hard to make videos on books when there's no like visual representation.
That's why you married an artist. It's okay.
For real. See, this is why I have an artist for a girlfriend, because she can just make it for me. But, there's so much I want to do. But I do have something coming out somewhat soon. I won't spoil it quite yet, but it's coming. It's coming. But yeah. Anyways, how's it going, everybody? How's life? So, just a fair warning to anybody that maybe has not watched Jurassic World Rebirth yet. We are going to be spoiling the shit out of it. So, we're going to just have a normal discussion. I noticed a severe decrease in viewership just now of numbers of people that it was up to like 30 and now it's like, now it's almost down to like 23 right now. That was funny. Can we talk spoilers? Yeah, so this is going to be a spoiler chat, spoiler review, spoiler everything. Because I've seen the movie, she's seen the movie.
Hi.
Everybody here...
The dunk in the room.
Everybody here, if there's anybody here that has not seen the movie and cares about spoilers, you should probably leave right now. Yeah, I know, it's crazy. But that's funny. That's hilarious. But no. Then just come back and watch the stream afterwards, or else you're dead to me. But
Being nice.
but yeah, I ended up taking some notes after we watched the movie of all my personal likes and dislikes, and yeah, we'll go through all of that, and then I guess we'll give like just a basic rating score. But yeah, do you want to? I guess we'll get started, and obviously we'll have discussions with you guys regarding the movie. So, if you guys have any personal thoughts, or if you guys don't agree with our opinion in one way or another, feel free to let us know, and we will ban you from the chat.
Sir, quit threatening people. Sorry, I smacked him.
I'm eating pizza right now. I'm sipping coffee right now.
Do it again.
Okay.
Put it down. It's a piping hot beverage. Stop it!
I know. I'm gonna need a cold water after this too. All right, but yeah, I guess we can get started. The movie fucking sucked. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
What? I have never seen him walk out of a movie so happy before.
It's
He liked it a lot. It was
I did. Here's the thing about me with Rebirth, right? Is I went into that movie like when the movie was like when the first trailer dropped. Before the first trailer dropped, I was like not. I was ready to hate the movie. I was like, yeah, Rebirth, because at that point all we had was a synopsis, and I wasn't a fan of the synopsis. So at that point I was like, yeah, man, fuck Rebirth. I'm not. I don't care. Like it doesn't sound interesting at all. And then the trailer dropped, and that's when I was like, fine, I'll go watch it. And then the more that was revealed and the more that was discussed, the more I kind of became hyped for the movie. I ended up breaking my rule of trying to go in with like, with low expectations. I ended up going in with pretty high expectations. I wasn't disappointed, surprisingly. I thought like it was gonna bite me in the ass, but not gonna lie, it was a pretty decent movie in my opinion. There were a lot of there were stuff. Don't get me wrong that I did not like. Like
I know the beginning sequence.
Yeah, I'm okay. Like the first 20 minutes of the movie are really fucking stupid. Like there's just so much about it that was kind of annoying me. And I say it's fucking stupid, but like it was a lot of little things, but then there was that really big thing. And that was the very beginning where okay, it was very obviously product placement
For a Snickers bar?
Yeah, but that was stupid.
That was awful.
That was dumb. I don't so for context, just if there's people here that don't care about spoilers, like there's a beginning sequence where there's a door malfunction that's caused by one of the scientists eating a Snickers and then throwing the wrapper on the ground, and the wrapper gets blown into like the vent of the door.
But babe, maybe it's secondary commentary saying that capitalism fucks everything up.
I had that same thought earlier today. I'm like, oh my god, this movie is genius. No, it was so dumb.
It was stupid. I'm fucking around, I promise.
No, I literally thought that too. I'm like, maybe this is a subtle allegory that capitalism is truly evil and it does bad things. No, it's not. It's product placement. It was
100% product
and it was really stupid product placement. Like, here's the thing, right? Like,
someone said it felt like Final Destination.
For real, it really did.
I mean, a death comes for everybody.
I mean, here's the thing, right? In the original Jurassic Park, I don't even know if it was product placement or if they were just using whatever, but like fucking Dennis had a messy ass desk and it had like Coke cans and shit. Like that's perfect product placement, like they don't have to like allude to it or too much. They don't even have to like make it the center focus of the screen.
Like, to skip ahead in some of the movie, there's obviously a lot of snack products and a convenience store, but however, they're in an abandoned convenience store. It makes sense to have certain products in that store, like peanut M&Ms.
Exactly.
But like it's
see, like it just being there is fine, but to make it the cause of like the overall effect is so stupid.
Oh, I just said congrats on being a dad.
Thank you, I appreciate that. Yeah, I guess that's something we should announce, just like because I haven't announced it in like any video form yet.
I'm pregnant. Hi.
Yeah. If you guys haven't seen my latest community post, we just surpassed the channel's 9th year anniversary. A lot of stuff has happened. And one of those things is that Danny over here is pregnant.
Hi.
So we're going to be parents here in 4 months, 5 months? I forget.
I can't do math. Hold on.
I think 4,
I'm
right?
19 weeks. I'm going to be 20 weeks.
Yeah, you're almost 5 months. So like,
They said the movie's about littering. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I looked at him. I was like, that's some bullshit, babe.
That was dumb. I really did not like that.
No, but, I mean, had it been anything else, like some kind of, like, just general waste, like, oh, they didn't throw away a sanitary towel
Or just
something.
make the D-Rex the cause of his own escape or
I
something.
think the whole point is it's human error because they're already fucking up by making these things. But, like,
True.
all they had to do was just do it.
There could have been a better way to execute that. I'm sorry. I know I shouldn't be, like, it's stupid to hate on product placement this much because it's going to happen no matter what.
Yeah, but that particular
But it's just,
was cheap as shit.
Yeah, it was just dumb the way it was
I
executed.
don't even like Snickers.
I do.
Fucking
I like Snickers. I'm complaining about it.
I prefer Milky Way.
What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, the other thing that I didn't like was, like, and this happens sometimes in movies, I don't understand the point of, like, so after that whole sequence, there was, like, the text on the screen that was explaining everything that was currently happening, right?
Mm-hmm.
What I don't like about that is that they put the text on a screen to explain to the audience what's happening, but then in the scene right after that, they start explaining it anyways. So it's like, what was the point of the text on screen?
I think that's kind of, and this is just a theory. I know this guy directed Rogue One, and that is a Star Wars movie.
Oh, God.
And it tells I don't remember if Rogue One does the whole text epilogue thing, but the Star Wars thing is that they always tell a story at the beginning, and then they tell you more about the story. Oh my God, I forgot about the Taco Bell placement.
But it's just the way they decided to explain it.
It didn't make sense to over-explain it.
Right,
yeah.
like it was perfect. Oh, thanks, Foxtrot.
Aww.
Congrats on the baby. Personally, Rebirth is a 7 out of 10 for me, better than the last 3, on par with The Lost World, and I hold The Lost World very high.
He's got
Okay,
a point.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty sure we're gonna see a lot of, like, ratings in chat, and I'm not gonna lie, a lot of them are probably mine is probably gonna be very similar to your guys's, because I think a lot of us have the same sentiments. I'll go more in depth as to where I hold it in regards to, like, the other films later on, but I kind of want to talk about the movie first before I do that.
So, like, if anyone sees a Dolores plush at all,
yeah, we
please
have
get,
one.
I need a big one.
Oh, a D-Rex plush.
Yes, please.
Specifically one that has, like, a big head.
Bulbous head.
Yeah.
I don't think you'll understand how badly I need to squish his big fat head.
Yeah.
I want to just go. Is it like squishy, like a beluga whale, or is it a really giant?
I'm assuming
skull?
it is.
I mean, it looks squishy. I want to push it down and go.
Hi, Frilly. How's it going?
Hi, Wallaby.
Yeah, but I think the way they went about, like, explaining everything in regards to the dinosaurs in the current world, like, they're
explained. Yeah.
I think the way they did it without the text on screen was perfectly fine. I think, like, they had that little animation. I thought that was kind of cute.
I really like it almost just a little bit the way they drew the carnivores reminded me of the sharp teeth from Land Before Time.
Sharp Tooth?
Yeah. I say the sharp teeth because they
Right.
kind of all have a similar build.
I think that was intentional because it seems like his name's Gareth Edwards, right? It seems like he's very in touch with, like,
Dinosaur media,
older dinosaur media, because I think he said at one point that they were looking at old school dinosaur films like Wanji for the inspiration of some of the dinosaurs, like the T-Rex. And then there was even a sequence, like a very short, brief sequence, like a cameo almost, where they showed off some footage, clips of a old dinosaur movie, 1 million years BC.
Yeah.
From 1966.
It was a stop motion segment.
Which when I saw that, I was like freaking out. I'm like, oh my God, like that's cool. I wish, like, I was kind of hoping they'd do something with Gwanji too, but, like, I don't know.
I think they kind of did the Gwanji thing back in the very first Jurassic Park, so that was fine. But I just look okay. I'm happy they acted like animals.
Yeah.
I really liked. There's a sequence in which the little girl's parents. It's the little girl, her big sister, the sister's boyfriend, and the dad, and they're on the raft, or they're getting the raft, I should say. They're trying to get a yellow raft so they can go down, like, the riverway, and there's the Tyrannosaurus Rex, and it's sleeping, and it looks like a puppy, a really mean puppy, and he's just rolling around there,
and he takes his time to really notice. Like he doesn't
care.
He doesn't wake up and immediately attacks them. Like he doesn't wake up and the first thing in his mind is like, oh, I'm bloodthirsty, I gotta go kill something.
He's like, I'm thirsty, I want to
yeah,
get some soup.
Exactly. His first thoughts are, I need to wake up. I need to brush my teeth. I need to wash my face.
Give Daddy some soup.
I need my morning water.
It was really, I'm not gonna lie, I know they're supposed to be like terrifying, but I thought he was cute. I really did. I don't know, I just thought he was cute, especially because these dinosaurs are a lot meatier, so they're chunky. Like the Spinosaurus and the Mosasaurus were chunky, and I need to squish it. Like they made this particular Mosasaurus fat, and I wanted to squish him. What? I like the
No, I liked the design of all the dinosaurs.
Oh,
There wasn't a dinosaur in this movie that I thought looked bad.
Even the background dinosaurs
or boring.
Were cute.
Yeah. Oh my god, the background stuff. See, this was my favorite part of Rebirth, is that they did such a good job making the jungle feel so alive. They weren't given a whole lot of screen time, but it doesn't matter. Like they shed a little bit of light on the smaller parts of the ecosystem.
Yeah, like there's a brief blink and you miss it kind of deal, but I think they had a couple of mini pterosaurs that took the took in the niche of birds.
Yeah, like the what is it? Like
I can't say it.
Agnearognathus.
Those are my favorite ones, and I can't say it. Can't say that or parasaur.
There was those, the Parasaurolophus.
Thank you.
There was that. There was there were a couple of... See, that's the other thing that the movie ends up introducing, is that they also reveal that Paleozoic animals have been genetically engineered too. Because you see Dunkleosteus.
Yeah.
But the Dunkleosteus is not a living... Like, we don't see it alive.
He just caught in a net and they dumped him out. I'm like, that's a big bitch.
Right. And I thought that was cool. The reveal was so cool. I'm like... And immediately I turned it when I know, I think the people next to us were like, is he okay? Bleed twice.
So when I get excited and we're watching movies, there's often times where I'm like, Diego, look, and I'm like, pop, 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 pop. So, needless to say, I have to be careful when I watch movies with my poor baby, because I smack him.
I'm used to it. It doesn't affect me one way or the other.
I smacked the hell out of him when we watched Deadpool and Wolverine. He's like, my arm! I'm like, Doggy.
And Sonic.
Oh my god, I did it so much in Sonic.
Anytime it's a movie, it's gonna suck when we watch Predator's Badlands.
He's gonna come out wearing a cast.
I know, black eye and everything. It's just domestic abuse.
They're like, sir, are you okay? Yeah, she's just really liking the movie.
Yeah. No, see, immediately the moment I saw that Dunkleosteus head, I turned to you and I was like, I wonder what else they're gonna show us.
They showed
and they did not stray away from showing us a lot of stuff.
Like that weird tentacle creature. We don't know what it was.
Yeah. We didn't.
I'm
we never saw it.
Some kind of colossal cephalopod.
Maybe. I don't know.
Because
in a swamp?
The lakes are probably saltwater.
Oh, yeah, I guess. Yeah. I thought it was like maybe a snake. Thank you for the $5. Totally not Norma.
I love that.
Thank you. Uh-huh. Totally not Norma.
I love it.
Oh my god, but yeah.
Oh, Alex wants to come over tomorrow.
You mean the one that likes to beat up on me?
Yeah. She bought me a blockhead gambit cap. The really rare ones that are like $600.
The block what? Can you repeat that? I don't know what that is.
Quick TLDR, they're really old school 90s caps that have just the block, like the head of the character, the comic block, and on the back it says Gambit. And she's like, I fucking found it, I cleaned it, and I got it for you. I guess she didn't get it for $600, but anyways.
Okay. Thank you for the $5, Tia. I appreciate it.
Oh, I thought it was your Tia. I was like, that's
yeah,
really
it's totally
cute.
Not my Tia Norma.
No, it's totally not Norma. Hi, Norma.
No, but
totally not your Tia. She's so cute.
What was I gonna say? I lost my train of thought, but that's okay because we're kind of a little bit everywhere with this review.
Yeah. No. What is it? Fucking. Lost it again. I'm pregnant. That's my excuse.
Yeah.
What's yours?
My excuse is that I'm just kind of dumb.
You're not dumb.
No, but overall, here's the thing, right? When it comes to the Jurassic films, obviously the main stars are the dinosaurs, right? So the dinosaurs are really going to make or break whether or not the movie is going to be enjoyable. So, because the dinosaurs, in my opinion, were portrayed really well in this movie, the movie automatically gets like my good graces on that, you know? So it's automatically going to be above something like Dominion and Fallen Kingdom because the dinosaurs in those movies, some of them were cool, but overall they were too.
There was one I liked. The Packy.
The Stygimoloch?
Yeah, I was a Stigi. I thought it was a Packy. No, it is a Stygimoloch.
The orange one, right?
I think it was the one that was running into everything.
With the spikes on its back of the head.
He was just not having it, and he was really small. And I loved him because he's stupid.
Opinion on accuracy. My opinion on accuracy is that it does not matter in a sci-fi film.
That being said, they did some pretty cool stuff with it, regardless.
True.
I'm
not. When I say it doesn't matter in a sci-fi film, I'm not saying like it shouldn't be there. I think accuracy can totally work in a science fiction dinosaur film, but I do not think it's this thing that needs to be. Like, you know, it needs to be there, and it's not going to make or break whether the dinosaur movie itself is good. Mm-hmm. I think accurate designs do have potential in making the dinosaurs look good.
I think you can make either way work. You can make a retrosaur look fucking gnarly.
Oh yeah.
Or you can make a modernized dinosaur look fucking gnarly. It just depends on what you're messing with. Mm-hmm. I'm not talking about the Pyroraptor. He's
no,
ugly.
But the Rebirth proves that like inaccurate dinosaurs, even if they try to be accurate with them.
T-Rex acting like a puppy reminds me of how owls act like cats in captivity. Absolutely. And yes, vultures do become incredibly bonded to their handlers. And they're literally like puppies. Yes. And it made me so happy. I'm sure people probably critique Dolores a little bit because she was kind of just like...
She's also product placement, if you
100%,
think about it.
100%, because she's very marketable. That being said, she's cute as hell and she gets
But you could say that about any of the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
You could say that about, you know...
I'll die on a hill for Dolores.
I can understand that.
I would kill someone for Dolores.
I think if you're going to do a cutesy dinosaur thing like that, I think the way they went about it with Dolores is the way to go.
Well, because those are ceratopsians that are naturally tiny. Like
also, it's giving light to a ceratopsian that's not very well known. Like aqualops, nobody knows what an aqualops is, but now they do.
Oh my! I love ceratopsians. The smaller they are, the better.
I mean, like Beta in Dominion, like everybody knows what a velociraptor is, you know.
You didn't. You got to see the velociraptor for like 0.2 seconds.
You know, that's what
got knocked down a fucking peg.
That's kind of what I liked about this movie is that they weren't afraid to kind of move the dinosaurs that you usually see in the spotlight away from it. Like the T-Rex didn't get a whole lot of screen time. The T-Rex only has one scene, and that was the river scene.
He didn't even kill anybody, which I liked.
I don't think Rexy's killed anybody since.
That wasn't even Rexy. That was just AT-Rex.
Well, just, you know, generally speaking, not actually Rexy. But, like, I say Rexy because the previous T-Rex in the other Jurassic World films is Rexy. And she hasn't killed anybody since Fallen Kingdom, I think. Did she kill anybody in Dominion? No. I don't think so.
No. Velo got JP3'd by a dragon in a pissing scene.
It got done dirty.
I'm gonna be honest. At first, was his name Xavier?
Yeah. I wanted him to die.
I did at first. I was like, this piece of shit, because he's lazy, right? But that's how they get you.
But then he jumped in after his girlfriend.
He's actually a really endearing character.
And I was like, you know what? This guy's ride or die. I like him. He's earned my respect.
And the funny thing is, her dad is like, I was wrong about you. And he goes, no, you weren't. I'm lazy as hell. And I'm like, you know what? Respect, brother. No, I actually liked him a lot. I liked the family. I feel like the characters were really well balanced, and the little girl wasn't like your typical damsel in distress. She was cute. She was a precious little thing.
She wasn't like She wasn't like an annoying kid.
No, she wasn't.
None of that. No, see, the thing about families like those, like civilian types, is that they can be really annoying. Okay, is my whole family just gonna be here, just giving me money?
Hi, Jorge.
Thank you, Jorge. I appreciate that. Congratulations, Diego and Danny. My two favorite dinosaurs from Rebirth have to be
The Mutodon.
and the
I like
Spinosaurus.
that.
Oh wait, this is probably not that Jorge. I know too many Jorges. Okay, I'm sorry. I legitimately thought that was my cousin at first.
That would have been fun. He's got a cousin named Jorge.
I know, and he sometimes pops up in my streams too. So I legitimately thought that was him, giving me $20.
But thank you still. No, I personally, jokes aside, because obviously, Dolores was one of my favorite little things.
Oh wait, fuck, that might actually be Jorge. He's like, see you guys soon. Fuck.
I do.
Yeah, totally not your cousin. You guys suck. You guys are tripping me up.
Your Thea got me good though. Totally not normal.
It's definitely me, buddy. Go away. No, I'm just kidding. No, see what caught me off guard is I didn't think you'd know what the Mutodon was.
I called it a Mudo.
Because I don't think they even revealed that name in the movie.
No, they didn't.
I know everybody knows what the Spinosaurus is. I didn't think you'd know what the Mutodon is.
Someone said that they wanted the Raptors to have more time. Yes and no. I think we've gotten enough of the Raptors in the last fucking 4 movies.
See, the thing about the Raptors is that, well, I mean, I can understand why they did it, but it's kind of hard because, like, they introduced a new Raptor with a new design, so of course people are going to want to see it. And the only time they show up is in a night scene, so you can't really see the design.
Yeah.
So the only references of the design that we have, the visual references, are the marketing images online.
Overall, I liked it. They said, how do we feel about it? I liked it. I walked out happy. It was cute. It wasn't perfect.
No.
I didn't expect perfection, but I liked the people, the characters in there. I'm gonna be honest. I love Loomis. I think he was precious.
I think the main 3 characters in this one
Duncan as
were
well.
they were. See, here's the thing, right? Because in the last Jurassic World trilogy, right? I did start off liking Owen and Claire's character. But by the end of that trilogy in Dominion, I was kind of just over them.
A puppy walked in the room.
And who knows? Because apparently Rebirth, there's supposed to be another a whole new trilogy.
Sorry.
So
I'm so sorry.
No, you're good.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's the ADHD brain.
He looked like he needed pet. Look at his little chrome dome. There's a dog. Anyway.
So I mean, what is it like? Apparently, Rebirth is the start of a whole new world trilogy. So I'm liking the characters now, but who knows? Maybe by the end of this newest trilogy, I might be sick of them. But as it stands right now, I actually quite like them, all 3 of them.
I'd be okay with like an anthological series, like it's a different trio every time.
I like that.
I would like that because I liked Claire and Owen at first. I think I liked Claire more. That's for different reasons, though. Did you see her in that skirt? Yeah. Ew.
Are you gonna take care of him?
Yes.
Okay.
What do you want? No, maybe I'll just pick him up. Maybe that's what he wants. Get fucking scooped, loser. His paws are wet. He's already been outside.
They did reveal the name when they were going through the abandoned lab. I heard them say it's some kind of mutant or something.
Oh no, it may have been on the name tag. There we go.
Oh, okay.
Maybe
it was
D-Rex on it, you know.
Oh, you know what? That's true. That's true. That could be what
I
that is.
want to see more 2-headed ones. I want to see one that lived, possibly, because that was pretty cool. Hey.
I know. I was really hoping that the 2-headed dinosaurs inside the lab would come to life. I'm not gonna lie.
Listen here, you little... No, look at me. Look at me. I'm talking. Be
I know a lot of people, and I was I wasn't one of those people that didn't want the hybrids. I was more indifferent to it when it was first revealed. Like, when the D-Rex was revealed, I was, like, I didn't really have much of an opinion on it. Because I was just like, I don't really care. The other dinosaurs look good, and that's all I care about.
Jack, what do you have to say?
He's like, I didn't watch the movie.
Go ahead. What do you have to say? That's right. Not a goddamn thing. Get the hell out of my room.
By the time Rebirth came into theaters, though, I was in love with the D-Rex.
They were literally dragons.
The D-Rex was fucking awesome.
They weren't dragons. They were wyverns. Get it right. Fucking nerd. No, yeah, they were definitely dragons. But I can live with that. I like dragons. I think they were cool. I like. Don't you start. You know what it's like having a 14-pound animal look at you and give you attitude? What are you eating? Get out of here! Don't you give me attitude, cabron. ¿Qué estás haciendo? No. What do you have in your... Get it out of your mouth. Give it.
Some technical difficulties.
What's in your mouth? What do you have in your mouth? Ah. I found it.
D-Rex last name is Ease Nuts. You're so fucking funny.
You're lucky you're cute.
Ban him. No, I'm just kidding. Don't ban him. That was funny.
I'm going to put you in air jail if he was eating grass.
He was eating grass?
He was eating the good kush. The
Was
grass. It was like a blade of dried grass.
I was going to say, where did he even get it? We're inside.
I don't know. I guess you went out. I'm going to call him a little bongo. Sorry. I got ADD and I'm unmedicated because I'm pregnant. Get the hell out of my house.
And I'm just sitting here.
Yeah.
I'm just chilling.
What are you talking?
Sorry. I'll try to keep the conversation going.
Hi, how you doing? Sorry, dog. Beach, if you will. I call him El Puton. Sorry.
You know, I think one of the reasons why I like this movie so much, I was explaining it to you yesterday, but what is it? The original, the thing about the Rebirth is that it doesn't even really feel like a Jurassic World movie. No. It feels more like a Lost World movie.
Yeah.
And when I mean by Lost World, I don't mean like the Lost World Jurassic Park. I mean Lost World in
the sense of the old book, the movie.
Like the original 1925's The Lost World, because one of the things that was described pretty consistently when it came to the first movie adaptation of The Lost World is that a lot of, like, once the main characters get on the plateau, it's
completely different.
It's basically just like what film reels of just dinosaurs being dinosaurs. Like it's more of it's less about the people and it's more just like focused on the dinosaurs in their everyday lives. It's almost like a slice of life thing for the dinosaurs, like, and that's kind of what it felt like for Rebirth, where it's not really the moment they got on the island. It's just sequence after sequence with the dinosaurs, and it's one dinosaur after the other, and each one are doing different things. You know, the Mosasaurus and the Spinosaurus, they have the symbiotic mutualism
between the Mosasaurus
relationship,
and Spinos, yeah.
Right? The Titanosaurs, they're traveling in a herd, while there's two of them that are doing some sort of like
a ritual, like a
mating ritual,
like a bonded pair.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, can we talk about that scene though? That was such a pretty sequence in which the gang is going to get DNA from the Titanosaurs,
mm-hmm.
and you can tell they changed a little bit from the trailer, but I'm glad they did. Is that you see the sails of the Titanos flip upward, and you could tell it's a male dominant trait, and it's just a really sweet scene. Seeing the Dr. Loomis get emotional to feel something he's never had the chance of feeling in the wild, not another specimen that is dying or already dead. Like, mm-hmm. It was sweet. It was an emotional scene. Two animals just being animals in love, and it was cute. And I really liked that. I think that had to be one of my favorite sequences in the movie.
Yeah.
Because I think I kept smacking Diego. I was like, look!
And the people behind us that were making fun of him.
I know!
So we were... Do you want to tell them about our theater experience?
Can I tell them? Oh
sure.
My God, can I tell?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me tell you something about theater etiquette. Nobody wants to hear you get mad at your family, because I don't know who this man was, but he had, 2 kids and his wife.
Yeah. The kids were funny.
I'm not gonna lie. His son or daughter, I don't know.
I think it was his son. Yes. But he was funny.
That kid was a trip. But the man, I knew when he came walking up the steps with a fucking sweater that he was gonna be a dickhead, because he walks up and he's like, "This sweater is not yellow. That's negative. That's not yellow." And the girl's like, "Well, it's like tan. I just needed a sweater." And he's going off and being belligerent and an asshole. Like, he's not covering his words, censoring himself, like, oh, we can't do this or whatever. He's like, I don't fucking care. We can go home. I don't give a shit. I'm like, ooh. Diego had to put his hand over mine. He's like, be quiet. You're okay. I'm like, I'm going to reach around and I'm going to commit violence.
Listen, as soon as she starts something, I'm going to have to get involved, and then we're just going to not watch the movie because then we're all going to get kicked out.
So basically, I'm very ornery and pregnant, and this guy was just not... and his wife was, like, trying to play it off with him, but he was being an actual asshole, and I don't know what it is. It's always these guys that come in, like, they're angry that they have a family or something. I don't know. But that was... They were fine, though, towards the end, especially because as the previews were going, this wasn't during the film, thank God, but the little boy was like, is my boy Diesel gonna be there? My boy Diesel's gonna be there. That just, whatever. I was mad. My arms were crossed. I was ready to fucking hurt somebody with my fists. And then that little boy cracked me up so bad, I forgot why I was mad. I was like, forget it.
We only say this because later on in the movie, when Loomis is going up to the Titanosaurus and touching it, he starts crying, and the people behind us, that family, they started making fun of him for crying, and I'm just sitting there being like, man, if I saw a real life breathing dinosaur in front of me and I got to touch it, I would probably cry like a little bitch too.
I would cry. That cried when I saw Dolores. She was so fucking little. The littler the dinosaur that you give to me, the more inclined I am to cry over it. Can you say my favorite pterosaur for me? Not the Quetzalcoatlus, the little one.
Oh, Agnearognathus?
Agnearognathus. I have a lot of trouble sometimes with pronunciation. Bear with me. But they had minimal parts in the movie. They were just like background. But they took in the part of birds. And I liked it. But they're so cute. If I was to see a real one of those, I would throw up and cry. But they're so cute.
They have like no necks anymore. The ones that were portrayed in like the original Walking with Dinosaurs, they looked more like traditional like tiny pterosaurs. I think. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, they don't got no neck.
Yeah, I forget how they were.
I'm gonna plug a game real quick. It's still a little new. It came out last September, called Amber Isle. You can unlock a little paleo folk because they have them from every era. He's a pterosaur, and his name is Kipper, and he talks in third person. I would fucking die for Kipper, or I'd kill a man for Kipper. Just so you know. Anyways.
But going back to that one thought that I had about the Lost World,
it's a mini. I'm gonna open it.
Is that well, I like that the dinosaur sequences were they were one after the other, but they were all very different from one another. Like they, what they did, how they behaved, like
they felt like animals. It was kind of, for me. It was kind of like watching Prehistoric Planet. I love the first season, by the way. That's my shit.
No, but I like that they were. I like that they were.
Oh, is somebody calling me? Sorry. Perdón. Yay. Otra vez. Okay.
More technical difficulties. Anyways, no, I really like that Lost World feel to it because, as I was saying, like there was a Titanosaurus herd that you had the pterosaur protecting its nest. You had the T-Rex rap scene. All of those were really different from one another, and I really liked that aspect of it. I also really love the designs of the dinosaurs. The Titanosaurus are my favorite ones. Love the colors, love the designs. I like that the Mosasaurus especially, they definitely took inspiration from like a whale for its structure. But overall, I'd say the dinosaurs are a huge plus in this movie. Obviously, it's like I said earlier, the dinosaurs are going to be like the main stars of the movies. So, how they look, how they act, how they're designed, to me at least, it's going to affect how I feel about the movie.
Pitiful little me, just sitting there by the fridge like we don't feed his fat ass. Hi, how's it going? I'm Nani. Hello.
You know what I mean by touching a dinosaur, not a bird.
Okay, I swear to God, be a smart ass with me right now. Okay, tell me it's okay. Tell me it's okay, because I'm moody as hell. Love y'all.
But I'm out of coffee.
You want a sip?
No, I'm okay.
I got sparkling water.
No. I keep losing my train of thought. I apologize. I do have notes here. I'm just not using them. Oh yeah. So if I do have if I am gonna say something about the dinosaurs, it's that I do wish that there was more of an action sequence with the Titanosaurus. I know that it's probably not necessary, but I really like it when sauropods are given an opportunity to be in more fast-paced sequences.
I.e. King Kong 2005.
Yeah, that was like one of my favorite sequences was the sauropod stampede.
You also really like sauropods, though.
I'm just a sucker for sauropods. They if you have a sauropod in your dinosaur movie, automatically it's gonna be good to me in some way or not Dominion or Fallen Kingdom. Well, we don't talk about those ones. There's exceptions to the rules.
Can I be honest though?
What?
Watching this one felt like watching Jurassic Park 3 for the first time over again for me.
Yeah.
Because I made Die Hard for JP3.
Mm-hmm.
It took me a long time to watch The Lost World because it actually scared me as a kid.
Really?
Remember that scene where there's just a dismembered hand on the wheel?
Yeah.
I had nightmares about it as a kid for some fucking reason.
Weenie.
Shut up. How about you shut up?
Yeah. No, but I don't know. It's just like you have an action sequence with the pterosaur. You have an action sequence with the mosasaurus and the spinosaurus. It's like the moment they introduce a sauropod herbivorous dinosaur. Oh, we're not gonna have an action sequence. These guys are tame. These guys aren't. We're gonna give them a very tame, very beautiful scene. And don't get me wrong, the scene was great. It was executed really well.
I love that.
I just wish there was more. Just something action based. I want to see sauropods in action. I want to see them fighting. I want to see them running again. I want to see them doing stuff like they used to in older dinosaur films.
I think what they were trying to do here, though, and this is just a thought, because I feel like in every JP movie, at least the last, or not JP, but Jurassic World, the last two were not too kind to sauropods. Like, Fallen Kingdom, for instance, was not very kind with their sauropods.
Yo, the dude who's spamming stuff in chat, I'm pretty sure you've been warned once already. Can you, stop? Or else we're going to ban you from chat.
I just want to keep my phone out of my hand because I have a bad habit of looking at it. I'm just trying to open my Predator toy. Am I going to have to beat someone death?
You're fine.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I've been trying to open this for 2 minutes now. I can't read. No, but I don't know. I feel like, 'cause ever since the whole Fallen Kingdom, she was the original sauropod from Jurassic Park and she died.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, bitch, that's rude.
Wait, what happened?
Okay, do you remember the very first Brachio that they showed?
Oh, yeah.
Well, it was confirmed that it was her.
Right.
Dying. And I felt like that was really bitter. I didn't like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, I feel like this whole, sequence was kind of almost an homage to something much more gentler, like the first introduction of the Brachios.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't fucking die. Because every time that something happens with sauropods, I just assume that something bad is going to happen to them.
I just hate how safe they keep playing it with sauropods. I don't...
I dropped something. Sorry.
I don't like it how they always play it safe. I want them to do more with them. I want to see, if you really want to do a sequence where you want it to be beautiful like that, fine, do that, but you can also add in something more exciting too.
Indeed, I agree. I believe that you could have an equal parts, because I'm just not gonna lie, I was waiting for that whole time for something bad to happen to them. Because those kinds of scenes are always ruined by something, which again, you can have an action sequence. That's not my problem. It's just, if you're gonna have that, then do it or don't do it. I can't stand it when they do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just me though. I'm a weenie. I like my sweet little romance scenes. Okay, it's cute.
I'm not even looking at it from a realistic perspective. I'm looking at it from a perspective of somebody who watched older dinosaur films and saw that sauropods had a much more of a bigger role in being violent and active and having just that kind of niche in film.
I'm so sorry if you hear clamoring in the background. I got this really cool figurine and I'm opening it. and it's hefty. It's chunky.
She got this figurine like 2 weeks ago, and she decides now is the best time to open it on stream.
I got bad ADD. I'm so sorry. I haven't been medicated for like 5 months. Bear with me.
No, but
Oh, I don't think he can stand up.
does he have a stand?
No. Oh, I have to position his feet this way.
Anyways, I guess if we were to give give the movie like an actual solid rating, though, I would. I mean, I would like, because you asked me yesterday to give like.
I asked, why don't you give 2 ratings? Why don't you give a more critical rating and give a personal rating?
But the problem is, I realize those 2 ratings are actually pretty close to one another in this case.
Yeah.
I think the movie falls more like at a 7 out of 10 to me if I were to give it a rating, which is kind of hard to do because, like, I don't know, it's not a perfect film. It's never gonna be perfect, but it's also not terrible. I don't think it's as bad as people are saying it is.
Definitely.
That's my opinion. They're free to have that opinion if they truly think it's that bad. I personally don't feel that way. I think it was in the context of a Jurassic World film, it was a pretty good film.
I liked it.
In the context of a dinosaur film, it was also a pretty good film. See, that's how I'm looking at it, right? I'm looking at it from those 2 perspectives, because in the context of Jurassic World, a franchise that has pretty boring dinosaurs that don't do that much.
They really, truly don't.
It's nice to see dinosaurs with,
just heart.
More variety of designs and colors, more role, like doing different things, not just doing the same running around and hunting that you usually see,
Well, yeah, because I feel like this round they had more personality, even though they weren't doing much. They were just there, like.
Oh, thank you for the $10, Dr. Terraminator.
I love it.
I hate how nerfed and weak the dinos in this franchise are now. The avian breath system is insane. They would have no problem, and dinosaurs lived from Antarctica to Mongolian deserts. The world is now dull. I don't know. I mean, in this movie, I think
there's like a slight.
I get what they're saying, but at the end of the day, like, these are genetically engineered dinosaurs that probably aren't meant to survive in this world.
And when you think about it, true, they could survive so many millions of years ago, but it's also kind of a slight jab at how the world is also dying, because they do make reference to that. Like, the planet is dying the way that it's going. It's a lot different than what it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, just stupid alarm. Oh no. I don't know how to do it. But I don't know. I feel like that it made sense to say that, oh, they can't survive like this, because in truth they can't. They're not even real dinosaurs. They're just monsters in a lab.
Well, I don't know. It depends what
in my opinion.
See, this is one of the things I couldn't really. And it's probably a little bit of both. This is one of the things that confused me a little bit about the synopsis of the movie, right? Dinosaurs. It's 5 years after the events of Dominion.
Oh, so that means the other one.
Dinosaurs
dead?
Probably.
Oh.
Dinosaurs are not able to survive because of the current climate and other aspects of the modern world that they probably can't adapt to, right? But of the few that do survive, they've isolated themselves towards the equator on like isolated islands and areas of land that are now illegal to travel, for illegal for human travel, right?
Yeah.
But in Rebirth, these dinosaurs they're not those dinosaurs. These dinosaurs were made, they're the leftovers, right? They're the ones that were, or not the leftovers, but the failed experiments made in the lab that, that weren't able to be put in the park, right? So those dinosaurs are different from the ones that isolated themselves away from people.
Because those were completely different genetically modified creatures.
Right. But
I'm not putting it back in the box. This is too metal to put in a box. Sorry, I was putting together something. He's just so cute. Menacing. Oh, I'm fine.
Sorry, technical I'm just kidding. I keep losing my train of thought. My bad.
And I don't help him. I apologize. Shut up, don't worry about it.
No, but I don't know. I mean, I'm sorry that this review is all over the place. It's never gonna. At this point in time, it's never gonna be. We're never gonna be organized. I'm sorry, but
I'm dropping shit everywhere.
66 million year atmosphere is not that different from the Holocene atmosphere. It's not Carboniferous megabug atmosphere difference. I don't think they care. I really don't. I think they're just using that as an excuse for their plot.
The oxygen levels are not the same as they were 65, 66 million years ago.
No, but
I mean, speaking as a nerd here, I mean, like, come on. That's like.
No, but they don't care. Like,
I'm
that's
not
the
saying
point.
that, but I'm just like, no.
Yeah.
The math ain't mathing, my love. Also, how about I kill?
I like the film better than Fallen Kingdom. The bar is pretty low for Fallen Kingdom. I think there's for me currently, I'm trying to decide whether the film is better than the first Jurassic World movie. And I'm kind of on the fence about it as of right now. I maybe if I give it a second watch, I can have a better answer for you, because I feel like a first time watch, it's kind of hard to give an answer. But I'm almost leaning towards because while the first Jurassic World movie I think was pretty solid,
that one felt like a dinosaur action movie.
I mean, both of these do.
Kind of, but this one feels like
I just like the more Lost World aspect of it personally.
We got 38 viewers. Oh, god damn it! I'm fine.
But what would improve the third Jurassic Park? I mean, I don't know. I think the way it is right now is what gives it its charm.
The third Jurassic Park?
Yeah.
Did you mean a cinematic masterpiece? Mm-hmm.
Hi, Spino. How's it going?
Yeah.
But overall, I didn't think Rebirth was horrible. I
liked it a lot.
I don't think it's as bad as people are saying it is. But that's just me. Maybe if you hate it and you absolutely despise it, that's totally fine. You can give your thoughts. I'd like to hear them. I don't shy away from that kind of stuff. I'm not a little bitch.
I thought it was good. I don't know. I feel like even the plot itself wasn't half bad.
Yeah.
Except the beginning. Okay, the beginning sequence was probably the worst part of the movie, but other than that, it wasn't a bad film.
No.
I liked it a lot. I think it was pretty solid.
I don't think any of the characters were overly annoying.
Nah.
To the point where... And
if they were, they died.
The movie... Okay, the other props I have to give Rebirth is that it actually had some fucking balls. Like, Dominion introduced all these characters, and not one of them died towards the end of the film because, Colin Trevorrow's excuse was like, oh, we wanted to, open all these doors for characters and future stories and stuff, and it's like, nobody gives a fuck about these characters.
No, in this one, when the movie begins, it starts with Scarlett Johansson's character being proposed for a mission by a pharmaceutical company. And she ends up bringing her crew because money. Mm-hmm. And honestly, and especially with names like Ed Skrein being one of them, his name was Atwater in this film, you thought, okay, they might actually have a chance and survive a good chunk of the movie. No. Well, he was the first to go, even. So they weren't afraid to take people off one by one. And they did.
I mean, and the deaths are nothing to, write home about. I mean,
I don't know, the Quetzalcoatlus one was kind of cool.
That one, okay, see, deaths like that are executed really well. They don't need to be gory, bloody.
Nah, man, that one was good.
The D-Rex kill, the death, that was really cool, too.
I'm such a bitch for that stuff.
Yeah,
I love it.
That was really cool. I didn't think we were going to be able to see the D-Rex be so gruesome because, Jurassic World...
What do you mean ScarJo feels replacing that one DEI character?
What are you talking about? What?
Someone said that in the chat. I'm like, what do you mean?
Oh, are you saying that? What was her name?
Scarlett Johansson.
No. The lady. What was her name? Fuck.
She was the one with the jellyfish.
The pilot. The fucking pilot in Dominion. What was her name?
Oh yeah. The negrita, right? The
Yeah, but I don't. But I don't know what her name was. I forget. She's a forgetful character. Don't get me wrong.
But don't start this DEI shit.
I don't. I mean, I don't think that's really what it was.
That was not at all what it was. I think it was filler space because you could say the same thing about Claire, but why would you say that about the one black woman?
All of the side characters of that movie were just filler. That's literally all it is.
100%. That I will not deny. That whole movie was filler. It was okay. I've made my critique of Dominion before. It's a very much and then.
But I would not go as far as to say it was a DEI character.
That's actually pretty evil rhetoric. So don't start that shit here. Thank you. Don't worry.
I'm just saying. I don't like it when this shit like.
I don't either.
I don't like the discussion because it's dumb.
Oh, hold on. Helicopter takedown and the rip in half.
What?
For when the D-Rex took the helicopter down without even like flinching and then ripping the guy in half. Super Ice brought up that part. I liked that part.
Oh yeah, that was really cool.
I liked it. I liked it a lot. I'm gonna be honest. The deaths don't have to be gory. They just have to.
They have to be well executed.
Yes, quite. No pun intended.
What? Oh yeah, I get you. What is it? I also. What is it? They actually. And fucking Scarlett Johansson gunned down a dinosaur in this movie.
Yeah, she actually.
And that was cool because you can't gun down dinosaurs in the other Jurassic World movies. That you just. And granted, it was the Mutodon, so it was a monster dinosaur. So you know, it gives us more leeway for that, I guess. But it's a step in the right direction because I mean, you saw everything. The damn thing was dead and bloodied and everything.
It like bled out.
Yeah.
No, I liked it because it felt effective. I feel like I felt bad when that girl. There was a girl that I cannot remember her name. I'm so sorry. She was kind of a background character, but she was one of the co-pilots of the ship. She had a jellyfish on her arm.
Yeah, I forget her name.
I'm so sorry.
The one that got killed by the Spinosaurus, right?
Yes, I was so sad. I was like, God damn it. I'm like, God damn. I liked her. I also wanted that tattoo.
I was cheering when the fake dragon got shot up by Fakey. Did you not like the Mutodon? I might be going on a limb here, but
I don't think he likes it. You know, I'm just taking it a while.
I'm just lucky guess.
I did like it. I liked it.
I didn't mind it. It's just like I didn't really think much of it. I mean, you know, it's
the
there.
The sequence was fun. It was a good replacement for the raptor sequence. I feel like a throwback to the original one, like the click 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 click.
I think its existence implies that. Well, I mean, it's implying that there's more mutants like it. And here, this is also what I really like about the whole mutant aspect of Rebirth is that it does feel Jurassic Park-esque in a way. And what I mean by that is there were a lot of experimental ideas being thrown around for Jurassic Park back in the 90s.
Like the human splices could have been so metal.
The what?
The ones where they're spliced with humans?
That's more of a recent one, I think, though.
No, I think that was for the old Jurassic Park, too, remember? Before they ended up scrapping the idea.
Maybe you're right, because they did end up using that for the Project Evolution, which was the theme park that they did for Universal.
That was so
But that was in the early 2000s, though. That wasn't... But you know what I mean. But what was I going to say? The mutant aspects did feel like Jurassic Park-esque because there were a lot of experimental things that Jurassic Park was doing back then, like they were gonna make an animated TV show after the Lost World, where they were gonna introduce mutant dinosaurs. They were gonna introduce and not just any mutant dinosaurs. They were gonna look really grotesque. There was the Doomsday Rex, right, and then there was the whole Chaos Effect toy line. You know,
those are pretty cool.
The Doomsday Rex was the dinosaur kaiju before the dinosaur kaiju created by Gareth Edwards. You know. The Doomsday Rex was a two-headed, four-armed, giant T-Rex monster thing. And they ended up... it was going to be made for this Lost World animated show that ended up being canceled. So and
Penn did make a pretty good point
Yeah.
just now. It's like really cool of Rebirth to do the Billy Death big out from JP3 again. A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what? People clapped, so it's okay. Yeah, people actually really clapped at that part. I think we were all sold that he was gonna die.
I'm glad he didn't though.
I'm glad
I really liked his character.
I like because he had like a redemption arc. He lost his kids. That's why he was, what is it? So hell bent on saving
his sole goal at that point was to save the family.
Yeah, because he saw
Yeah.
children and he's like, I lost
Which,
mine. You should.
If you think about it, that ties into like their purpose of being in that film. You know, it's more than just like, you know, them
cool
being
badass or whatever.
Them being just inserted just for the sake of being inserted.
No,
into
like
it.
they had a
it
plot
ties
point.
in. Yeah, it ties into like, Duncan's character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I can't remember her name, and this is because it's my first watch in the movie. Like I just don't remember the names. I just remember Isabella, the little girl with Dolores.
Teresa, the older sister.
Right, Teresa.
Teresa. Yeah.
And
I'm pretty sure it was Teresa.
And of course Duncan and Loomis. Those are like the main names I can remember. I don't remember the professor's name, or not the professor, but the pharmaceutical guy. I don't remember his name because it's my first watch around.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, these characters still stuck out, and Scarlett Johansson's character mixing with Duncan are both characters that bond over loss within the film. Loss that happens off screen, but you could tell they're bonded over it. They're friends, and I kind of like that you give them that human, like just interaction. I like it.
Pigpen wanted the boyfriend to die. No,
I mean, I can see why, because it gives it more stake. But he was funny.
Okay.
I needed my one comic relief.
It's stupid to keep comparing it to Dominion because like Dominion is such a low bar. But like compared to Dominion, the stakes in Rebirth were raised to an astronomical level because there were no stakes in Dominion.
Yeah, like
nobody died in Dominion.
The kid was in peril. Like for a minute, I thought the little girl was gonna die. Of course, she didn't. But
you felt like she was actually in danger.
Yeah, you could feel the tension,
you know?
And I feel like there was no tension in what is it, Dominion? I said it's a fan fiction movie. Let me see.
Right, like it was basically a rule that nobody in Dominion could die.
Yeah,
like
I could keep that if it was just the original 3. Like if you really wanted some impact, maybe Owen could die.
I think you just stopped liking Owen after the first one, to be fair.
I did. I liked Claire more. I feel like her growth was better. But even at that, like, it was still half-assed.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you that. I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying it's smidge better.
I think characters like those are good for a single movie.
Oh, big time.
I think if they're going to continue with the trilogy, they should continue with other characters.
Like analogy.
Other things. Yeah.
Not analogy, I'm sorry.
Anthology.
There you go. I'm pregnant. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
No, but I think they would be good for their own. Or I would like to see Loomis again. I liked him. I thought he was precious.
Yeah.
He reminded me of you.
I really like that they didn't. I really like that they didn't harp too much on the previous characters. No. Like he just said, like, "Oh yeah, I studied under Alan Grant." Like they just threw one name out there. Mm-hmm. It was Alan Grant. That was the only familiar name that I remember. I don't even think they said. No, they didn't say any other name. They didn't mention John Hammond. They didn't mention Henry Wu. They didn't mention anybody else.
I was really surprised they didn't mention Wu.
I'm glad they didn't because 5 years after the fact, and then Wu
was supposed to die in part 1.
And all of them are just people who are they probably don't even really know much about the history of InGen or the people involved. They just know there's dinosaurs came from this company. Like that's probably the most that they know from it. Yeah. So it's like, okay, well why would they know Dr. Henry Wu?
Not just that, but InGen is pretty much defunct at that point.
Right.
I can't wait for the gritty Owen Solo film in 20 years about old man Owen protecting Beta's kid and then dying at the end. Look, I'm gonna be so real with you though. I'm just so fucking sick of Chris Pratt everywhere. I used to like Chris Pratt, but I'm gonna say it now and I'm gonna say it loud. I liked you better when you were fat. He wasn't even fat, by the way. He was just pudgier, and I thought he was cute and funny. Now he's just an asshole.
Is he?
I don't know. I don't know.
I think you just want to hate people right now.
No, I really. If you want my actual opinions on him, he goes to a church that is openly anti like
Oh, it does he?
LGBTQ. Yeah, they are very open about it.
Oh.
He still never says anything. He continues to attend
Well,
that
at least he
church.
doesn't like. What? He doesn't like say their name. Or, like he's not.
Oh, he does.
Oh, he does. Never
Yeah,
mind.
he knows.
I was gonna say
Publicly states
at
who
least he's not like
Also-
saying their names so they can't get recognition.
Oh, let's not forget that he also left his wife. But you know, I have.
I don't care about. I don't care about that. These guys are actors. Nobody gives a fuck about the actors.
I'm still sick of him because he voices every fucking character that doesn't need his voice.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm a bit annoyed that no main character.
Good guys died.
I mean, that's kind of a mixed bag, right? Where it's like,
I mean, it either happens or it doesn't. That's like saying, do you want the OG 3 to die? Like,
right,
there's
like
more stakes on
that's
it, but...
that's actually a really good point. It's like, okay, well, let's tie this back into like the older films. In the older films, would you have wanted Dr. Grant, Ellie Sattler, or Ian Malcolm to die? Like, those were the three main characters. They were the good guys. Would you want them to die? Like, I know Ian Malcolm was technically supposed to die in the book, but
So
he didn't
was
die
Will?
in the he didn't die in the movie.
I can't believe he was
I mean,
supposed to die.
I mean, you can't. You can be annoyed if you want, I guess, but like, it to me, it seems pointless to be annoyed at something like that if you aren't like willing to. You know, like it's a very simple rule that happens in movies. You know, where it's like, okay, well, these main characters don't die because maybe they continue the series, or maybe because they just have plot armor. You know, it's like they continue the story. So it's
but I feel like they were pivot. So okay, right. If we're gonna go back to the OG and then compare to Dominion, that would have been okay if you wanted to kill an OG because you're ending a storyline, or you're taking away, something pivotal to have some kind of impact. Garlic. Sorry, but no. The fact is,
Grant or Malcolm 100% also should have died. I mean, I don't really see. See, here's the other thing.
I'm partial. I'm sorry. Not my Dr. Grant.
Here's the other thing. It's like, what would that have accomplished for the movie?
Yeah.
Like,
no.
here's the thing. You have to find the balance of stakes. There has to be stakes, but you also can't have too much of it, or else it's like, okay, well.
You don't want a Walking Dead syndrome where you have characters that are introduced and then killed for like 10 minutes.
I mean,
later.
they're already kind of doing that. We're not killed, but they're just reintroducing a bunch of main characters over and over again.
See, that's where you want someone to go. But
it's good to have a balance for the stakes because, like, you don't like what would even be the point? Like, what does that accomplish? Like, fine if it's a scenario where like it's necessary for the main characters to die. Okay, fine, but like, if it's not necessary at all, then what? Like, who cares? It would show the brutality and unforgiveness of nature. You can do that without killing off the main characters.
Not just that,
you
but
can.
Nature's not that brutal, guys.
No, it is. It is.
Oh, it is.
But like, you
on.
can show that with the dinosaurs hunting each other. You can show that with the dinosaurs killing off. Like, I mean, we saw the D-Rex. We saw its brutality when it killed the main bad guy of the movie. That was enough. What I mean, like, you don't need to have main characters die to show the brutality of a dinosaur
That's
or
like
of an
saying
animal.
The kid should die, right? Like, the kid can die.
Sure.
You want an impactful death, sure.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean you have to kill the kid.
Right. I mean,
I don't think they should.
I think what you're what you're trying to say is you want the movie to have more balls, which I get what you mean, right?
He does have a point
and that you can still be good, that you can be good and still die. Sure, yeah, okay, I get that. I get that
Mulder
aspect of it.
Right? What was his name? Mulder, clever girl. He died. Muldoon. There you go.
Mulder is from X-Files.
Wrong one.
But
the sad part is, I don't even watch X-Files.
I know. I'm like, wait, what?
No,
and all of the fucking autistic rants that you have gone on,
No.
X-Files is not one of them.
No, like,
how do you know who Mulder is?
Okay, I watched some stuff, but I haven't watched. It kind of scared me.
Yeah.
No, but Muldoon, he died, and he wasn't a good or bad person, but he was, the badass, the cool one.
I mean,
he had his shit together, and
his plot armor was like limited because he wasn't a main character though. He was like a side character.
Yeah, but he was still badass, right? Or like the quote badass. Like he was the one who was supposed to have his shit together. He hunted. He knew all these weapons. He had, his own arsenal in his pocket, and boom, just like that, he died.
Thoughts on that person from Chaos Theory saying they're not happy with Rebirth because he's going against what Chaos Theory season 4 is going
We
to
don't watch
do?
Chaos Theory.
How about you guys just treat each property as its own canon? Why do you guys have to? Okay, see, this is what I don't like about it. It's like, why do you guys need things to connect with each other? Who gives a fuck? Like, who cares if this children? Okay, I know Chaos Theory is not a children's show. It's technically,
More like young adult.
it's technically a more mature version of Camp Cretaceous. But like, fine. Who cares if this animated show is a little bit disconnected from the main franchise?
I have no.
And why are you gonna be mad at Rebirth for that? Be mad at Colin Trevorrow. Colin Trevorrow is the one who kept saying, "Oh, this is canon. This is canon. This is now canon. That's canon." Okay, be mad at him for it. Don't be mad at the people who are working on it now.
I have no say. I don't watch the shows. I just like the babies that I get to see from them, like Bumpy and Smoothie.
I don't.
Easy.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're an easy sell. All you gotta do is have something a little.
If
cutesy.
I was truly an easy sell, I'd watch all of the series, wouldn't I? But I haven't yet, and I probably won't.
You probably won't, but I meant more like you're an easy sell and like you can like anything that's just cutesy.
I would die for Smoothie. Have you seen his little hat? He's just a baby.
Jurassic projects having to require headcanons to fill in plot holes, huh? That's never happened before.
Yeah, like, I mean, not that it was bad, but the Lost World. Where the hell did? But like, when did Ian have a daughter? He never mentioned her in the first one.
Yeah. Also, I have a question. Why are people so like? Why are there people that are so like dead set? No, I'm okay. Thank you though. Why are there people so dead set on Chaos Theory becoming canon to the main series? Like okay.
I think it's because it's supposed to tie more into Dominion, like the Atriciraptors or whatever are also in it, and it's also like
you could have all this. You could have all the same dinosaurs in it, but like that doesn't necessarily mean they have to connect.
No, I don't think so.
They tried so hard to connect it that the moment they start straying away from it, people get mad about it, and it's like, oh well.
Okay. Like,
shouldn't have gotten your hopes up about the whole canon shit.
TLDR, there's multiple different comic book series, right? Say my favorite is X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't mean I follow every single comic book line. That doesn't mean everything has to bleed in together. Right. Sometimes you just piece your own shit together and call it good. I don't know whatever happened to that. People don't want to do that anymore.
I know that Universal is working on both IPs, but as far as the people themselves, like the producers, the filmmakers, are they all working together? If not, then stop treating it like they're all connected. Because if there's gonna be no communications behind the scenes, you need to not expect that there's gonna be connected, canons and shit.
It's like the Star Wars trilogy. Oh boy, the sequels. Yeah.
Okay, what exactly do they want to show up in these new movies? I don't get it.
Okay, look, you can either do it one of two ways. You can have all this material. You have Chaos Theory. You have Camp Cretaceous, you have the games, you have the new movies, and it's like saying, oh wow, someone baked a cake, and now there's another cake. Wow, there's two cakes, right? You have a bunch of stuff, so it's just more stuff to enjoy, dislike, whatever. Or you can be like, that's not right. That's not right. That's not how they did it. You're doing it wrong. I'm like, what is the happier way of dealing with stuff?
No, there is no happy way. Everybody wants to be upset about something.
That being said, I hope they go into this series with a plan, because with the original Jurassic World trilogy, they definitely did not go in with a plan. Mm-hmm. Because they retcon stuff, they change stuff. Suddenly Macy's a clone, then Macy's not a clone. She's her mom's clone, not a dinosaur. I don't know.
You know what they should do? They should just pull they should pull a Godzilla and just truly start a whole new era where they ignore the continuity of all these recent films and just follow the continuity after the 93 film.
That would be easier. And
just restart the story in a new era. If you really want to rebirth and really go into a new era, just do that. And then that way, the continuity from everything in Chaos Theory and the previous Jurassic World trilogy, that's still intact. And we can have a whole new pathway, a new story,
Oh boy, two cakes. Like, come on.
I don't know. That's just my idea. I feel like that could work, but the problem is, it's just as easy to fuck up.
It is. Like, okay, look, they had a Star Wars sequel trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
The first one, great. The first Jurassic World, pretty fucking good. Great by some standards. Then you had the sequel, and you're like, okay. It's alright. I mean, it was fun. They were okay, and that goes for both of them. Again, the third one, I still haven't seen the third one, so take what you want with that. Take that with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
But you have really poor reactions. Dominion also had really poor reactions because all of these storylines are not thought out. They're just, and then, yeah, we could put that in. And
Right.
write that down.
Like they were hella ADHD when they were writing the script.
That'd be my bitch ass. That would be my bitch ass. But no, seriously, that's what I feel like. I feel like you can. What do they say?
Even Dapper's like JP pulling a Godzilla continuity would be the greatest thing that will probably never happen. It won't happen because they want to. I don't know. I mean, I don't. Nothing would. What is it? Nothing a part of their agenda would change.
No.
They could still add in a bunch of dinosaurs. They could still market the hell out of them, and they could still make a bunch of money from merchandise. You know,
still have the same
and they could
name.
still have $1 billion movie, and yeah, they still keep the Jurassic name. All they would need to do is basically restart the story. I don't really get this need to continue the same story from from the same line as the Jurassic World movies and the Jurassic Park sequels. Like,
because I feel like even the original Jurassic Park sequels, they weren't linear per se. Like, yes, true, one was one after the other, but the stories were not as linear. Like, you had Malcolm's story, you had Dr. Grant's story by himself. I still say he should have ended up with Ellie, but that's neither here nor there.
Hey, Pigpen does bring up something else that's interesting. The most interesting thing about Rebirth is that it doesn't tease a sequel. It just ends. You don't see that. You don't see franchise films like that anymore.
Oh my god, they're right.
Yeah.
I actually did like that.
That's good.
I
Yeah.
was like, thank God there's no sequel bait.
And see, I think that's why it reminds me, like, it also has that Jurassic Park-esque to it, because all of the films in, like, all the films in the first trilogy, I mean, I don't know, I guess...
I feel like they didn't really...
I guess maybe The Lost World... I guess...
Here smells like mint, sorry.
I guess more so Jurassic Park 3, because, especially with that ending with the pterosaurs. But I feel like, specifically Jurassic Park, it ended not really on any... Because, like, Jurassic Park was supposed to be... What?
Kept within Jurassic.
Yeah, it was supposed to be standalone. You know, the book was supposed to be standalone. And obviously, you know, it's a rule in Hollywood where it's like, okay, well, if a movie does good, we'll continue it. But the problem is, after Jurassic Park did well, they had nothing to continue with, because that's when
even
Steven Spielberg, that's when...
If every one of them is like a standalone story, it would be great. I think Jurassic World...
See, that's what I was saying. That's how they could treat every... because they want to do a new trilogy. The next couple of movies in this newest trilogy could be about different people. Can be about different scenarios. It can be... Maybe the next story, instead of being on an island, it can be viewing the fallout. Like, it can go back in time a little bit within that 5-year span from between Dominion and Rebirth.
Don't let them get a hold of this plan, because that's a pretty good idea.
I would like to see more of, like, what led up to the dinosaurs not being able to
thrive.
Yeah, like, I want to see a little bit more. And I don't know, maybe it just wouldn't make a good film. Maybe they think that general audiences won't identify or apply themselves to it. But I feel like there's a story there. There has to be. You know, there's a 5-year period where multiple things could have happened. How people adjusted, how dinosaurs adjusted, how they became extinct, basically, a second time.
See, you can have that 5 years, though, which I think is a really good distance from the original series, because... And someone asked, am I the only one who liked Dominion? I don't hate Dominion. I would never hate it. I think I compared Dominion a lot to Spider-Man, what is it, No Way Home? Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I get their names confused, but I promise I saw that one like 3 times in theaters.
I get their names confused too.
It's so easy.
Yeah.
But let me put it to you this way: you can do an and then story, and it can work actually, because Spider-Man No Way Home, even if it has its flaws, it was very much an and then story. Mm-hmm. And then this one came in, and then this one came in, and it can work. Dominion, I liked it. I liked Dominion. It was funny. I think that's what I went in with it. Like it was humorous to me. But it was very much an and then story. And then Dr. Grant was there. And then Malcolm was there. And then Ellie was there. You know, like, and then the Locust came out, you know. But it wasn't an egregious film. It was just very much an amalgamation film that didn't quite know what it wanted to be. Did it want to be a bug movie?
It had so much going on.
It had way.
It was ADHD inside a film.
Yes, it was like a splicing together of multiple stories. It had way too much going on, like the dinosaur ring with the little mini ones fighting each other. I don't care how funny it was. That still was really weird. It was just very much an and then story, but it doesn't mean we didn't like it. Because even
Dominion,
I liked it.
I didn't like it.
That's fine. That's totally
I was gonna
fine.
say
I was like, I'm going somewhere with this.
I was gonna say, I'm like, I think you're going in a different path than I am because I really did not like Dominion.
That's fine. See, he doesn't like Dominion. I liked it. Me and my niece watch it sometimes.
Fallen Kingdom is the one that
That's my guilty pleasure.
I still like. Dominion, I'm still trying to work on, man. Like I haven't even I've only watched it like 2 or 3 times. Because that's all I needed to do. I haven't watched the extended version yet.
Okay, if you want to watch a good viewing of it, I'm not saying it's perfect, but the extended version is a little bit better. I didn't like the theatrical cut, but Dominion did have a giga animatronic though, and you know what? I do have to give props anytime there's real.
It was a cool animatronic.
It was a nice one, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, look, like I said, I don't hate it. I have fun watching it. And
Some of the animatronic works though, not for the Giga, but some of the other dinosaurs. We're not that great, like at all, by modern standards. Like modern standards, there's a lot of great effects with animatronics. People have found really neat ways to integrate them into film. Just
movies.
Yeah, but like the animatronics in Dominion were pretty awful.
No,
like the smaller dinosaurs.
Yeah, I felt like those were very theme park-esque, kind of.
Right.
Very static in their movements.
Mm-hmm. And they did feel like theme parks. They felt like the same people that will walk around with like the hand puppets of the mini dinosaurs.
Those were more believable because they can blink. Yeah, see, even he said the extended version is way better. It is, because it has more to it that makes sense.
I don't know. What? There's 15 more minutes to the extended version?
And believe it or not, those scenes actually make it better. They really do. Like, there's a really nice opening sequence.
The prologue?
Mm-hmm.
The flashback scene?
Kind of, yeah. I don't know if that's, like, theatrical or not. Because I remember watching it, and they didn't have it on the theatrical cut that my niece has.
Which beginning sequence are you talking about?
The way back one, where they're, like, 65 million years ago.
Oh, yeah, they cut that out.
I don't know why.
Oh, because, see, the thing is, they were introducing this genetic memory aspect of the film, which, I mean...
See, okay...
I think, here's the thing.
Good,
for a movie that's about genetically engineering dinosaurs, I think the idea is interesting. I like it. I just think that the whole prologue scene was executed pretty poorly. I think they could have benefited by... See, in that scenario, I think they could have benefited by actually putting in accurately... Like, scientifically accurate dinosaurs. It would have been really cool. It would have been cool to see the differences
between like the genetically
because
modified
you could have easily
monstrosities.
You could have made Dominion a love letter to both accurate dinosaurs and inaccurate dinosaurs.
Well,
you
could have himself. It doesn't save the film, but it makes it better.
It's
just more to watch.
I don't know, because I think that's why I haven't watched it, because I'm just like, listen, just because people say it makes it better, like. What if it doesn't, and I'm just stuck watching an even longer, crappy version of the film?
Hey, man, I don't know, because I fully, still, to this day, enjoy Fallen Kingdom. My gripe with that movie is that I really wish it took more of the monster movie aspect with the Endoraptor. But that's just me.
This went from reviewing Rebirth to just shit-talking Dominion. This always happens. It's either that or 65 that we end up shit-talking here.
Hey, I'd rather shit-talk Dominion because I know what I'm talking about. I haven't watched 65.
Because somebody hasn't watched 60. You're not missing out on much. It's kind of boring.
I tried, and I got bored with just a couple minutes, and I came back to it. My dad only watched half of the movie. Yeah. Just so you know, my dad can unironically watch a Steven Seagal movie, and he was bored with that.
For me, Fallen Kingdom is the worst Jurassic film. It's kind of a guilty pleasure for me. I'm not gonna lie. I still
I just like it.
I think the reason why I like Fallen Kingdom is because back then I remember being very involved with keeping up with the movie and being very excited because it's
a nostalgic thing.
Well, kind of, yeah, I guess. But it was just after. Or not just after, because it was 3 years after the first Jurassic World movie. There was a bit of a gap there, and I mean, I just remember the circle that I was a part of. Like, I remember all of us really liked the first Jurassic World movie. So when Fallen Kingdom was announced, we're all like, "Oh, cool! It sounds like it's going to be really fun." let's keep up with the news. Let's see, like, okay, here's this new thing. Okay, it sounds promising, you know. And it was that era was really fun just to keep up with. It was also the era where we got a lot better merchandise.
Yeah.
We got because God, Jurassic World had some pretty fucking awful like figures and
They still make Endoraptor merch.
Yeah.
All these years later, you can still get an Endoraptor. And you know what? Hell yeah.
I'm sure everybody remembers the Hasbro era.
No, I'm sorry. Mattel
When Mattel got the license, I think it's
Doesn't Mattel also make Barbie?
Yeah, Mattel makes a bunch of stuff.
I love it.
Yeah.
Because it's for the girls' gays days and everything in between.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, but just at that point, prior like the 2016 2017 era, where we were kind of little by little getting more and more on Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, it felt like the future of the Jurassic franchise was looking very bright. And then Fallen Kingdom came out. I remember really liking it at first. I watched it again after it came to home media, and I was like, all right, it's not a perfect film. And the more I watched it, the more I'm like, wow, this film is really not that good, but I still kind of like it.
But babe, he never had a grandchild. I'm sorry. That delivery to this day takes me out. No, I don't really care for the volcano part. I think even Pigpen mentioned that. I didn't care for the island scenes. I actually preferred the mansion scenes. I liked watching the.
It was because it was what is it?
A huge juxtaposition.
It was cool to see a different setting in a Jurassic film.
Yeah, and
it was cool
I
to see
watching them wreak havoc in this huge human place that's supposed to be safe. You know, the stigma lock just cracks me up every time because he's just I'm gonna wreck it. Like he chose violence for no reason, and I love him. I want to put him in my pocket. But no, I think that's what I really liked about it. It's just that guy. His performance was so camp, but in the worst way possible. he was like a very non-diegetic character that kind of just did not fit the film to me.
Right.
And like a grandchild, you can say he didn't have a grandkid, a granddaughter. Oh, his daughter never had a baby or something. Anything other than that weird delivery. I just
Fallen Kingdom feels like a Roger Corman's Carnosaur on a bigger budget. You know, it's funny because Joey actually said that too. In fact, Joey suspects that they stole from Carnosaur. Especially
I inclined to agree.
Like he suspects that because there were a lot of similar, and when he says Carnosaur, he means like the 84 book.
Yeah, the book itself, not the movie.
Because in the book there's a sequence where they're running away from a Deinonychus inside a mansion too, and it's hunting them, almost in the same like. And Fallen Kingdom almost replicates that in the same vein with the Indoraptor. That it feels almost like. Maybe it's not a coincidence that they're similar kind of deal, you know? But, you know, I just remember him mentioning something about that, and I thought it was very interesting.
Yeah, no, I liked it for its camp. I can give it that. That being said, Fallen Kingdom and Dominion kind of set a low bar for Rebirth to beat, but I think it leapt over it with leaps and bounds, so to say.
So I'm reading Pigpen's next comment.
Dude,
he's like,
just like knocking it out of the park.
I love how they cut the nanny's death in Fallen Kingdom, so I guess she lived, which makes Owen and Claire taking Maisie really weird.
She died?
Well, she was supposed to. There was going to be a death sequence, I believe, with the Indoraptor.
I was wondering why they had Maisie.
So basically, they just kidnapped a child. And they never gave her back. And we never saw this nanny again. Not like the nanny has like
a big role or anything.
Or like it's even confirmed that like she's the next like what is it? Like the next I guess person to take care of Maisie. But still, it's weird. It's weird because like you know that she knows Maisie well. So basically they kidnapped a child.
This whole time I was like, where's
heir? Yeah, I was gonna say heir, but I felt like that wasn't the right word.
Heir would be more of an inheritance. This is next of kin.
Yeah.
But I never put two and two together because Dominion was such a nothing burger to me overall, story wise. Like I like the dinosaur sequences; they were fun when they looked okay. Like who was it? The Allosaur and the Carnosaur both working together to just munch on everybody. That was fun. But I never understood
Sorry, Dapper's fucking comment. Legends say that Claire and Owen are still toasting marshmallows with their stolen child in the woods to this day. That's out of context. That sounds really bad.
She had an accent, right, in the first movie? The little girl?
Yes.
Where the fuck did it go?
Does she not have it in Dominion?
I do not remember her having.
I don't remember.
I could be misremembering. I've only seen Dominion a couple of times, and she was like the least of my worries. But I was like, why did they take her in? That was weird. But
if I have to guess for the future, I'm gonna guess that I'm probably, after watching Rebirth a second time, I'm gonna guess I'm probably gonna still enjoy it. I'm probably gonna like it more, cause like, I don't know. After I watched Dominion, I didn't really have
high expectations.
Like, after I watched it and gave my initial thoughts, after that, I didn't really have much thought to it.
God,
I feel like Rebirth is gonna kind of be stuck inside my head for a little while.
I'm not gonna lie.
Because like there's
like
not
just that, the dinosaurs themselves stuck more with you. Because I had a love-hate relationship.
The dinosaurs just look so cool in this movie.
I had such a love-hate relationship with fucking Dominion because it took me years to like the Therizinosaurus in that movie. I had such a love-hate relationship with her. I hated her at first. And then some of the toys came out and I was like, that looks kind of nice. All right.
See,
I was like, fine, she can be my greasy turkey.
Okay, you know what? Okay, so I did my, you know how I did my dinosaurs in modern horror video? You were part of that. You know that one.
Yeah, they didn't like me, right?
No. That was the Godzilla one, the Redosaurus one.
Yeah, they didn't like me.
No, but this one was like your redemption. I think they liked you.
Which one?
The recent one that we did. Well, I say recent. It was months ago, but it was the dinosaurs in modern horror. You did the analog horror segment for me.
Oh yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't check that one because people really did not like me from the other one.
No, but I mean, people really liked that video.
Okay.
But
Get me a
what is it? One of the things I complained that mainstream dinosaur horror was like non-existent, and that the only examples we have are the Jurassic World movies, and they don't do a good job. And one of the ones that I was like, oh yeah, in Dominion, dinosaur horror is like completely non-existent because the dinosaurs in those ones aren't scary at all. And then I never mentioned the Therizinosaurus, and people were like, you forgot to mention the Therizinosaurus. You forgot to mention the... See, that's what I'm saying. It's like, there's nothing that... Okay, this might be an unpopular opinion. The Therizinosaurus in Fallen Kingdom, or sorry, not Fallen Kingdom, in Dominion, was not scary. And the reason why I say it's not scary is because it literally serves the same purpose as the Giganotosaurus. It serves as a way to kill to have a cool Giganotosaurus death. Like, that's it. There was no reason to fear the Therizinosaurus. It wasn't going to hurt any of the characters. It wasn't going to do anything else. It
made you feel some tension?
No, it was a step in the right direction, but after that initial scene, there was really... Nothing else was going to happen. There was no reason to fear the Therizinosaurus. That's because
you weren't even scared.
The deer thought it was scary. Yeah, well, no, I mean, you know, that's true.
I'll never forget. My friend Alex told me about it. She's like, he just said, yeet. I was like, what? I go, what do you mean? She's like, he just smacked the shit out of it for no reason. I was like, hi. Quit peeling out over there. I mean, don't make me kick you off.
But personally for me, I didn't find the Therizinosaurus scary. So when I went to talk about Dominion for that segment of the video, it didn't even cross my mind to talk about the Therizinosaurus because it was just that forgetful of a dinosaur to me.
Yeah, I had a very love-hate relationship with it because Therizinosaurus is my favorite dinosaur. It's my persona. It's my little mascot.
Mm-hmm.
I love the Therizinosaurus. It's great. And I felt like that one was way too raptorized. Don't get me wrong. I'm guilty. I have a Funko Pop of her. I like her. But it doesn't feel like a Therizinosaurus.
Right.
It definitely is genetically engineered. But, I don't know.
Is it me, or did Jurassic World Rebirth feel a lot like the original version of what they wanted to do for Jurassic Park 3? Johnson got the script. See, that's why I keep saying that Rebirth has like this 90s feel to it almost.
Yes.
Like something from the original trilogy.
I've been wanting to rewatch Part 3 for a minute. I love Jurassic Park 3.
I say it has a feel to it because, like, I feel there were a lot of aspects that I feel like they got straight from the original trilogy, but obviously they just modernized it.
No, I don't know. I'm not. I'm one of those. I've been guilty of being lightly general audience, lightly. Okay, so it doesn't take much to please me for the important parts. But like, if I'm going in it with a critical lens, I think Jurassic World Rebirth was a step in the right direction.
No, it's what Cool and Epic Studio said. I quite enjoyed Rebirth, even though it wasn't crazy good. That opening scene might have been the best one of all the movies, in my opinion. I wish we got to see the D-Rex more, though. I agree. I agree with that. Seeing the D-Rex more. I'm not gonna lie. One of the first things I was critical of in this stream was I said that the first 20 minutes of the film were fucking stupid.
But they were funny. I thought it was funny.
I think it was kind of I don't know. I didn't really like the first 20 minutes. It really picked itself up after.
Oh, definitely.
After that beginning hump,
Yeah, but I'd rather have a slow burner than a not good movie. I don't know. I was quite pleased to know that I got the anatomy on that asshole's hands right, because he picked that person up like a fish in his fish, and he was like, and I drew his hand right, so I'm so happy because I was literally using the toy for the model.
I wish we actually saw the Dunkleosteus alive instead of just a corpse.
That would have been nice in the water.
I guess, but like. I think the whole point of even showing that was
world building,
right? Like, it's to show, like, okay, well, hey, there's even more to see,
Yeah, like there's more. I think it was a subtle, like, what is it? A subtle point in the right direction. Like, hey, they made way more than what you think they made.
Yeah, I think that's I think if it was given too much screen time, then it would have ruined that illusion a little bit. I mean, of course, you could always make it back up with all the other little critters that we saw in the movie, but I think they did a good job showing as much as they needed to show with all those, like, added creatures. Yeah, not showing too much. Oh, I get it, but I want to see it. I'm greedy. No, I get you.
No, I am too, because I kind of wanted more of the D-Rex. But I feel like everyone got evenly spliced time. I think the only one that got more time...
He probably recognized the sounds that they were making. I don't know.
Yeah, and swooping down from above. He probably saw it while he was peeing.
Maybe he got a glance of it, or a glimpse of it.
I'm sorry, that scene was fucking funny.
That was a that was a crazy scene.
Oh yeah, the Ankylosaurus cameo.
Honestly,
I like that.
I wasn't too crazy about the Mutodons, but looking back on it, that was like, what a crazy and cool way to introduce them. Right? Like, you have because a Mutodon is very obviously, like, it has raptor DNA in it. So when they're introducing, like, the raptors stalking Xavier, basically the film's saying, like, oh shit, look, there's raptors. But hey, guess what? We got an even better raptor. One that's more deadly. This one can fly.
Not just that, like, oh...
And this one could kill these bitch-ass raptors.
Yeah, because everyone's so used to these raptors are so smart. These raptors learned how to open a door in the first movie. They're breaking through the glass. They figured shit out. Well, now they met their match.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be honest, I like the Mutodon because the face wasn't so raptorized. You had more of a beak with jutted out teeth.
Right.
And you don't have to like it. That's totally fine. Personally, from my own perspective, I did like the wyvern look on it. The scales on the back, the funky fleshy wings. Like, I liked it. I thought it was a fun new take.
I think there's no point in getting mad that the raptors died pretty easily from the Mutodon, because this is a standard thing in monster films where
they kill each other.
Well, it's if you want to make your new creature look more like menacing, it kills the other creature that you're so used to. The Spinosaurus killed the T-Rex because it's the newest kid on the block kind of deal, right? You want what is it in Jurassic World? They wanted to show just how big and powerful the Mosasaurus was. Well, feed it a fucking great white shark. One of the not deadliest, but one of the
deadliest.
One of the apex, one of the considered apex predators out in sea. Right? That's how you introduce dinosaurs like that.
Just so y'all know, while he was talking about something scary and whatever, I'm all listening to him intently. I did not see my dog in the room, and he yelped and he scared the shit out of me. I mean, clutching my pearls and all. What do you want? What do you want?
Hey, Big Jack Films, how's it going? You like the movie? Yeah, so did we. We pretty much we enjoyed it.
I liked it.
I gave a ratings already, but like my current rating, and it could change because opinions can change, believe it or not. But currently, it's kind of sitting at a 7 out of 10 for me right now. It's not a perfect film by any means, but I enjoyed the main aspect of it, which are the dinosaurs, and that's really all I care about.
Dog time.
Dolores getting taken off the island was a little weird since they make a big deal about how the rest of the world can't support dinos. So I guess Dolores is gonna.
She's special. Leave her alone.
So I guess Dolores is gonna die with a belly full of Twizzlers.
Listen.
I mean, I don't know. Especially.
You're not happy.
I don't know. Maybe the smaller dinosaurs won't be as affected.
I feel like they won't. She's so cute. Leave her alone. She's just a baby.
Are spoilers allowed or no? No, spoilers are allowed because we've been spoiling the movie this entire stream. We warned people in the beginning that this was going to be like a spoiler stream.
I said talk to me on my phone.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said water bottle.
Why the fuck would I say water bottle?
I saw the opportunity and I took it.
I was waiting for you to.
Never. We don't like Star Wars in this house.
I love Star Wars.
I'm kidding. No, you're totally fine. I guess fair warning to everybody else that's here that maybe just showed up because,
I agree as well. The cast was fantastic. I liked them a lot. I think Dr. Loomis was my favorite, though.
I think...
Puppy time.
I'm not going to lie. When they first announced that Scarlett Johansson was going to be in this new movie, I was skeptical because when you hear a big name like that, I almost feel like the only reason why they're adding it is for star power, which I thought was a really cheap and tacky move because I'm just like, you guys already have $3 billion movies, right? Like, why do you need star power? But I don't know. To this day, I don't know why Scarlett Johansson was on their radar out of all people.
She's a bad bitch.
But she was not bad in this movie. She turned my opinion around.
I like her.
That skepticism just came from a place of being like, man, fuck this franchise.
I thought she was cool.
Yeah, but Jurassic World Rebirth is not a safe space where Apatosaurus stands.
Oh.
Yeah, because the only Apatosaurus that shows up in that movie got stuck like a bitch. In the beginning, they're not stuck, but it just fell asleep on the road.
He really said, I'm sleepy.
Kept up traffic and shit.
Said, I'm taking a nap right here. That's what he said.
Yeah. Hot people equals tickets. Yeah, that too.
And she is objectively pretty.
Yeah.
Oh, he said ScarJo was a huge fan, so she's been trying to get into the franchise. I think that's endearing.
Interesting. Wow, she said her favorite character is Sarah Harding. All right, okay. I guess she's done her research before auditioning. I'm just kidding.
I love ScarJo, though. She looks younger now than she did.
Is it good? I'm watching this week. Oh, Pedro's on the chat.
Hi, Pedro!
Personally, for me, Pedro, I thought it was good. I gave it like a 7 out of 10. I think you're going to enjoy it. It's definitely a good film,
What are you eating?
I think, for general audiences, in my opinion. As a dinosaur fan, it's definitely a good film because the dinosaurs look really fucking cool. Also, congratulations on the upcoming Kid Life Found a Way. Thank you, Jack. I appreciate that. No, we're very excited. Also, I'm not sure if I told people, but we're having a boy. So
yes,
like,
we're having a boy.
I'm really excited. We're gonna be terrorizing this neighborhood. No, I'm really excited. I've already bought this kid like a bunch of dinosaur related stuff, toys and shirts and books and stuff.
We found a vintage Littlefoot from the Land Before Time from 1988.
Yeah. We it's one of the things that I didn't show in my collection video.
No,
By the way, I did a collection video not that long ago. You guys should check it out because it's really cool. But one of the things that I didn't show was that we went to that Bussey's flea market I mentioned in the. Really? All the times I mention it, you don't laugh, but you laugh right when we're doing it on live.
It was just the way you said it.
I was trying to say as naturally as possible so people didn't fucking.
But you over-enunciated the B.
The bussies.
Being attacked.
Anyways, we went to that fucking flea market in Shirts, Texas, and one of the things that we found was a Land Before Time Littlefoot plushie from 1988, and it's really cool. It was in good condition. We still need to wash it though, but after we're done giving it a good cleansing, we're gonna give it to baby. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. What happens if he grows up and hates dinosaurs? I'm gonna be very sad. I'm still gonna love him.
We disown him.
But I'm probably gonna cry and be sad.
Watch him be a dragon kid instead of a dinosaur kid, like I used to be too.
It's probably a high possibility. Hey, he could have multiple interests though.
I was a dragon kid.
No.
Can I help you?
The Land Before Time film ranking video from Dino Diego is gonna go crazy.
We actually do have all of them on DVD, so like we should.
I had them on DVD because I have a bunch of stuff that I want to do with them. Like initially we were gonna use them to watch and commentate for Patreon videos, but then I stopped Patreon.
And he moved here.
Yeah. And then I decided I forget what I was gonna use them for. But one of the things I want to use them for is I would like to go through the entire franchise in a segment for a video idea that I have planned in the future. I'm not going to say what it is, but, you know.
I want to watch it because Kiefer Sutherland plays Littlefoot's dad later on. And he has such a nice voice.
We got to start watching those movies, though. There's 14 of them. It's going to be...
Yeah, and Reba's in one of them. Reba McEntire.
Who?
She's a country singer.
Oh... I can believe that.
She's very famous. She had her own show and everything, but she was like a pterodactyl or pterodon that could sing.
What if he's the biggest Star Wars fan? I will bite my tongue and I will watch Star Wars, but I'm not going to be happy about it.
It's okay. I have Star Wars stuff he can have, but he can't have my Darth Maul. Darth Maul not
Give your kid Fossil Fighters when he's old enough to play games.
What are you eating? Okay. Oh, that's going to be great. Asking Esto and then the baby, what are you eating? And both of them will look up. Wonderful.
Because both of them are eating crap from the ground.
God,
See, this is why I think the baby and the dog need to be separated. Because the dog is...
Bad influence?
Exactly. I was going to say, the dog is a horrible influence.
Can I fucking help you?
Yeah. We do have a name for the kid.
I agree.
But... For our own privacy, for now, I'm gonna keep the name private.
His name is
Steve.
I'm kidding, that's not his name.
Please name your child Spinosaurus. See, this is why I'm gonna keep it private, because I want people to give me like the worst name ideas ever.
He looked at me dead in the eyes and said, I want to name him Godzilla. I was like, we are not naming our son Godzilla.
And then I was like, okay, then can we name him Gorgo? And she said no.
That's right up there with Gorgo? No. Desales.
No, Gorgo, no. See, Gordo just means fat in Spanish. Gorgo is a fucking monster. Not like a fat monster, like a monster, like a genuinely cool monster dinosaur thing. Not like, okay, I'm just gonna stop talking.
Walter White. Quit licking my leg, you weirdo.
Pizza Steve.
His name's gonna be Pizza Steve. Our son's name is Nick.
Trolling your kid as soon as he's born by calling him Manila. Yes.
No, we're not calling him Manila. Stop licking my leg. My dog is like.
That's the dog. That's not me.
Shut up, you.
You don't.
I was literally clarifying.
You don't clarify it right away in the
dog. What do you want? You're a bad puppy. I don't like.
Name him Gigan. No, let's name him Gabara.
I'm not naming him after the fucking. No, wait, that's the turtle. I'm thinking Ibira of the deep.
No, Gabara's the
turtle one.
No, that's Gamera. Gabara's the ugly one that Manila fights in.
That's so mean. You want our son to be ugly bully?
No. No, I'm just saying Gabara's a cool name, despite the fact that the monster was ugly.
With big fat cheeks. He was supposed to be a mean little
You like the idea of our baby having big fat cheeks.
But yeah, that's cute. He will not be mean and ugly.
Space Godzilla. Name him Jurassic Junction. Name him Dr. Pepper. Name him Titanosaurus.
I raised one on Dr. Pepper. I can't lie.
Can you promise us to name him Gigan if he's born with a buzzsaw built into his
Yes.
chest?
Yes.
Maybe.
Actually, Gigan's my favorite.
That's a big maybe, okay? Name him D-Rex.
We can name him Baby D.
Stop
Stop licking me!
What if you called him Starbucks?
No, it's Starbuck. Because he's only one little guy. What?
Oro.
We're not naming
From
him
Dinosaur Adventure, the Yee dinosaur meme.
will kill you.
Peak. Okay, Peak. How about Peak?
Leo's already Peak.
Oh, fuck, you're right.
We're not naming our son Oro.
Then for sure, or as a nickname, we could call him Oreo.
That's actually cute. But Stop it! Sorry, my dog is like...
Naming him Carnosaur so everyone knows he's a true OG. Let's name him Carnosaur. Okay, can you believe that she said no? I was like, when this kid turns like 3, I'm gonna show him Carnosaur, and she's like, no. Like how can you deny Roger Corman? Let's name him Roger Corman.
We could have just named him Roger.
No, it has to be the full name.
Why?
Because.
Let's name him Alan. What about Malcolm?
Malcolm?
Ian. Ian would be a cute name.
Ion.
Okay, now you're thinking with your head. Now you're thinking with that little brain of yours.
Super Ice. That's the best thing ever. Name him Giganotosaurus so you can fight 24/7 on how to pronounce his name.
I will find you.
That's awesome.
No, because his name would be Giganotosaurus.
Diego to Electric Boogaloo.
And we'll call him Boo Boo.
Tyrannosaurus Rex. Name him Roland or Muldoon. Name him Belugasaurus.
Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Chris Pratt Dallas Howard. Dinosaur Island.
You might be cooking with Dallas.
How about Tammy and the T-Rex?
I still can't believe Paul Walker was in that film.
Theodore Rex.
If we name our child Theodore, I will find you and I will end you.
Let's do it. Theodore Rex.
No, we're not naming him Theodore Rex.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
It's either that or Whoopi Goldberg.
He's a boy.
Okay.
I'm not naming my son Whoopee.
I think Theodore Rex is a great name. All right, everybody in the chat, if you think Theodore Rex is a good name for my child, you type in Yee.
Diego, I'm gonna kill you with my fist.
Type Yee in the chat if you think Theodore Rex is good.
Velocipaster.
No, ignore her. Type Yee.
No. Velocipastors are pretty good, but hold on. Somebody's cooking.
People are saying Yee. She's giving me a look.
It means I'm gonna smother him tonight with a macaroon pillow I have.
Call him LeBron James.
LeBron James.
Name him Velocipaster.
I'm telling you, Velocipaster is cooking.
Name him Yee in that case. That'll be his middle name.
Really?
Roger Yee Corman.
God damn. That's not either of our last names, just so you know.
Yeah, I just don't want to reveal my last name, okay?
His last name is Steve. I'm sorry, I can't let go of the Minecraft movie. I love that movie.
Off topic, but back to Rebirth. We barely see it, but I do like how we see some big prehistoric amphibians. Maybe Hinerpiton? Hinerpiton?
Let me look, because I can't read.
Yeah, I like that. I like that aspect of Rebirth where they showed off a lot of little creatures. They didn't really have a huge role or that much screen time, but I like that because it just it gives the jungle more life.
Pedro says we should name him Chicken Jockey.
Son of a bitch. Chicken Yee Jockey?
I'm gonna kill you.
That's awesome. Pedro, you're a fucking genius.
Someone said, we already know your last name. It's Diego.
Oh, yeah. Roger Corman Yee Diego. That's his name. It's the worst fucking name. No, it's just.
I want more Cenozoic animals. I can't lie. Cenozoic.
Name him Gamgo. Mix up Gambit and Diego.
Remember when they used to ship us and you're like, no, no, no. I was like, mm-hmm.
Damn, look where we're at now.
And now we have a kid on the way.
Now you're pregnant.
I'm pregnant. Pregante.
How things have changed. Is the plot unique or is it similar to any of the other movies? I mean, the core of the film is basically the same. People running around on an island being chased by dinosaurs.
The reason being they want some form of the dinosaur's DNA. Kind of like they wanted the Indominus Rex's DNA or...
They're on the island hunting for dinosaur DNA, so I guess... I guess in that sense it's unique in comparison to the rest of the Jurassic films. But I mean...
They're doing it for more pharmaceutical reasons as opposed to trying to clone an already deceased dinosaur.
It's a little bit of both. It's somewhat unique, but it also has some similarities to the other movies.
The Moododon scene in which they're hiding between the aisles and you can see its feet crush the bottle. I got huge JP1 vibes from that. I cannot lie.
Every time I see two people are like an old married couple, shit turns real. You guys manifested that one a little too hard.
I'm gonna tell you, I manifested this fool for almost 2 years, so I was patient.
Name your son Legend of Dinosaurs and Monster Birds. They're literally just naming off like dinosaur movies and shit.
What's the one about the? Was it the little baby dinosaur, the little sauropod?
Oh, Baby Secret of the Lost Legend.
There you go. That'll be our kid, Baby Secret of the Lost Legend. We have not watched 28 Years Later. Not yet.
No.
I just
we
heard
were
that
gonna
has a giant.
What are you saying?
Don't worry about it. There's a scene in 28 Years Later because they're all infected, right? They don't wear clothes.
Oh. I see what you're alluding to.
He has a appendage.
His zombified third leg?
Yeah. And just so you know, all nudity in that film is done with prosthesis, so none of it's actual. Like
yes! Name your child the dinosaur filmography. That guy knows what's up. Wait, what? 28 inches later.
Oh, Pedro, I love you.
That's fucking hilarious. Bikini Girls versus Dinosaurs. Real movie made Rick Raptor insane.
That's funny. The perfect name, Shin Godzilla. Somebody said Shin
Godzilla -1. Godzilla Yi -1. Diego. That's his full name.
What about Odo? Because you liked the way that he looked on Odo Island.
Yeah, that Odo Island variant was really fucking cool.
That was a nice variant, yeah.
Shin Diego. Man, I hate chat now. I'm just kidding. Name him Jesus Christ.
No. Name him 20.
Mark Yi Polonia, yes!
After one of the greats.
That's amazing. That's even better than Roger Corman. Roger Yi Godzilla minus Corman.
Wait, what about Polonia Corman, hypothetically, as a hyphenated last name?
Mark Roger Yi Corman Polonia. Godzilla -1. Are we an autist making like the longest fucking fan YouTube name? That's an actual movie.
I know. It's the same people who killed Captain Alex.
Seriously?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
They're actually a really cute little movie company. If anyone has the time to look at their stuff and support them, please do. I do like the sleepy. Someone pulled up the sleepy T-Rex again. I was like, oh, he's just a baby. I'm like, well, he could probably kill me, but he's just a baby.
Probably. That thing is literally like. Did you see the hate in his eyes?
He's just a baby.
What are these names? Dinosaur versus Python.
Yeah, they said it's kind of a shame it's the only T-Rex scene. I agree, but I think they were really trying to give every single dinosaur some equal screen time.
I think it's good that the T-Rex didn't have that much screen time.
Because
think of it this way. Because the T-Rex was only there for one scene, they could focus on making that one scene with it
pivotal.
as great and pivotal as possible, which they succeeded. Because it was a really good scene and it was executed beautifully. Gonna start an argument on the Dino Diego Discord claiming the T-Rex from Rebirth is the baby from the Lost World.
Oh my god. The prehistoric animals altogether did actually have more screen time than the mutants. Yes, they did. The mutants kind of stole the show at the end, and I like that.
Which is fine.
I feel like it was a good build-up.
Yeah.
I would like to see a two-headed. I love scientific abomination because I am Steve. I'm sorry, I'm tired.
I think it's a good time to probably end the stream.
I'm pregnant and tired, and it's time to go night-night. Jason Red Rat. Oh, okay, hold on. You might be cooking with Jason.
All right, we're sorry. Stream's ending. Sorry. All the.
I told him Jason, and he told me no.
So, as far as the name submissions go, they're all awful, and you guys need to come up with better names because that was fucking atrocious. I'm kidding. No, thank you guys all for that. This was fun. This was really fun. I'm glad I got to do a stream and talk about Rebirth. I guess if anybody showed up late, my overall rating for Rebirth is a 7 out of 10. There.
Sorry, I'm so ADHD, by the way.
Yeah. 2 hours. It was mainly just like 40 minutes talking about Rebirth, and then the rest of the time talking about something else. No, I'm kidding. But thank you guys for joining the stream. This was really fun. I will catch you guys in the next one. All right. Adios. Bye.